Good afternoon, guys. All right, so you get me today. We are trying to build something a little more functional for Jessica's seed starting area. I don't know if you all have seen it yet. I'll turn it. So this is her whole corner in the garage. As you can see, we've got all sorts of stuff. There's dirt and everything in there and milk jugs, but I'm trying to build a rolling tool bench right here, some pegboards on that back wall. Then we're gonna move this shelf over to this side where all this stuff is. That'll also be taken down right here and all of that reorganized. And then eventually you can see we've got all these storage shelves up here. I'm gonna extend it to that end so that way the big bulky stuff that she doesn't use all the time can be put up there and out of the way. I'll show you some of the design plans. Don't know if you all can read that. It's probably backwards. So we've got that here. Anyways, we're gonna build a 6-foot rolling bench. So you're probably just gonna get a sped up B-roll of me cutting a bunch of wood and trying to put it all together. And hopefully it turns out like I'm envisioning in my mind. But generally, it's gonna look something like that tool bench and be able to roll. And we also want to make sure it is tall enough on the bottom side where we can double stack some storage boxes for her dirt, plastic bins, whatever tools she needs, the gardening stuff, all right there. First things first, let's go get our safety gear on. So I'm gonna put some knee pads on, also some yellow tinted glasses, ear protection. Speed square, tape measure, pencil, any pencil, but make sure it has an eraser because you might mess up. For those of you that don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to find the straightest board. It's way easier said than done. So I need 4 straight boards, as straight as can be, because those are gonna be the full 6-foot runs, top and bottom, on this 6-foot bench. So bear with me, we're gonna find the right ones. These are the straightest boards I could find. Let's go this way. Here we go, first cut, 6 foot. I just left it that line. Board number 4. This one's a little bowed. Let's see if we can find a better one. Hold on. I think it's about the straightest that we got. Let's see, which side do I like better? We're not building a house, so that's a good thing. All right. What did I do with my pencil? There it is. Okay, here's 21 inches. Boom. Right on the money. I love it when that happens. There we go. I need a 25-inch gap down here at the bottom. This is about 21 inches. I need 25 so that way I can fit these clear totes in there. The way this is gonna work, these 2x4s are gonna be stood up on their end, right? And so I need, does that be 3.5 inches? 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. So 3.5 and 3.5 equals times 2 is 7 inches. So plus 25 is 32. So 32 inches. Okay, I got a 1/2 inch board, plywood, sanded plywood board for the top, for the tabletop. So I need to account for that. So it needs to be 31 or 32 and 1/2 inches. I need the legs now. They've got to go on 4 corners. I need 8 boards total, and I'll put them kind of like that. I think that's really it. So 32 and 1/2 inch, and we need 8 of those. So times 8. So let's get to cutting. So 32 and 1/2 inches. I need 8 of them. All right, let's go 32 and 1/2. 32 and 1/2. There's 4. And there's 4. All right. All right, so I've got the 8 legs cut. Do a little cleanup first, get the garage organized, and then start assembling. Stick around. This is essentially how the legs are gonna fit together, like that, and they'll go vertical, right? So I'm gonna have to put those together and then trace and cut the bottom plywood shelf so it kind of slides right over it. Okay, 2.5 inch deck screws, deck mate. That's what I'm using for most of this. Start assembling. 36 inches. Let's just make sure we got a 6-foot board. Yes, we do. 72 inches. All right. Let's measure this side too. So we'll make sure we get our there is your top or bottom framework for the shelf. .36 inches. Mark there. 36 inches, mark there. That framework is done. Now it's time to do the legs. Tend to want to see kind of more of this, like the full face of the 2x4 up front. What we're gonna do is we'll screw these on first, like that, all the way on all 4 corners, and then we'll come in and we'll screw those boards like that together. All right, got to cut these boards to 6 foot. Okay. So those are both cut at 6 foot. Now I need to trace and cut and fit that board down there. So. Measured over here 1.5 inches, over here 3 inches, from here to here is 5, from here to here is 6.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and 3. So next step is to cut. Should be solid enough. All right, so we're gonna drill a big old hole first, so I can make sure that I'll try and corner it. Alright guys, so that's done. I'm going to knock some of this sawdust off and then we're going to test fit it. No extra cuts, big bucks, no whammies. Oh, there we go. Good thing about this is once it goes all the way down, unless you absolutely want to, you don't necessarily have to screw it in. I might throw a couple screws in there. The real test is if it gets all the way to the bottom and it's square frame. All right, now it's on to the top. I'm gonna countersink some screws in here, so I'm gonna work with the countersink bit really quick, just to kind of hide the screws on the top. Time to finally put this on top and assemble it, and then all I got to do is the casters and then it's done. All right. All right, there you have it. And we're just going to screw it in. And then put the casters on. Alright, let's go ask the boss. Okay, she gets to choose which size.
I'm gonna go big.
Okay.
Go big or go home.
Alright, everybody, caster time. There you have it. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Let's go get her, see what she thinks.
Oh.
Well, it'll store double
I like
stack.
the height of it.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll fit 2 storage totes. But it's your bench.
Thanks.
Just need to wood fill and seal it.
I don't
it.
All right.
Oh, I can do so many things.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.